Welcome to the Hope for the Journey podcast, a weekday wellness tips program presented by Dr. Denise Marie, Third Order Carmelite. Dr. Denise is a professionally qualified clinical psychologist, health and wellness professor and coach, counselor, plus medicinal herbs educator. Each Hope for the Journey podcast features a well-being key from Dr. Denise, helping you meet your self-care needs for living well. Listener discretion is advised because this and other Hope for the Journey episodes may contain discussions surrounding behavioral health problems and other actual potentially triggering topics.
Hello and good day, everyone. Welcome back to Hope for the Journey. I hope things are coming along okay for you today. My name is Dr. Denise, and on today's episode of the podcast, our topic is putting kindness before niceness, which is a relational self-care key for living well. By any chance, are you more in the habit of being quote-unquote nice in your behavior with others rather than being kind? In other words, are you the nice type of person who acts from the expectations that others have or that society has? The nice person who avoids rocking the boat with others, even if it comes at a cost to you? Are you the nice person who shuns conflict in relation to others? Are you the nice person who places your concern on not upsetting other people? Are you one who fears speaking up to others? Are you the nice type of person who tends to pretend when you relate to others? Has weak boundaries, interpersonally speaking, letting certain other people take advantage of you? Are you the nice type of person who censors yourself to spare the feelings of others? Are you the nice person who shrinks from taking a stand against unloving behavior toward you or toward others? Are you the nice person who enables how other people behave even when you feel it is not right? And are you the nice type of person who worries about being liked by others? Or, rather than this being nice style of behaviors, are you the kind type of person? The kind person who acts from your own genuine feelings guided by reason when you are with others? Are you the kind person who is willing to make waves, displease others? Who well addresses relationship conflict? Are you the kind type of person who places your concern on doing what is right with others? Are you the kind person who takes courage in social situations and speaks up with your views? Are you the kind type of person who does not put on an act with others? Who has strong and healthy relationship boundaries? Who is true to yourself in relation to others and lets your inner voice have a say? Are you the kind type of person who is willing to take a stand against unloving behavior from other people? Are you the kind person who is truly helpful to others? One who focuses on being authentically kind. As you can tell from my contrast of niceness versus kindness, being kind when you relate to others is quite a different thing than simply being nice. It is a distinction to consider because it does matter to all of us. So, given some reflection time on all this, you might be wondering about how you can more often put real kindness before just niceness. And here are some operating principles in this regard. To start, remember that the word no is not a bad word. And you can get used to saying no to others in gradual fashion by practicing saying no in easier situations first, and then continue on to saying no in more and more challenging relationship situations. Another operating principle for real kindness would be to strengthen your boundaries. Install relationship guardrails for how others need to treat both you, your soul, and your body. Clear personal boundaries so that you can slowly show others how to respect you rather than hurt your well-being. Another way of putting real kindness before niceness is not to hesitate to affirm your significance as a human person, that you matter, that you have worth, and that others know your needs and desires because they need consideration, so you can better love others as you love yourself. It is okay to take time to respond, even to buy yourself some time when someone makes a request of you. Being really kind involves remembering that you always have a choice to say yes or no to other people. Additionally, it is okay that not everyone is going to love you, but it's a loss that you can learn to live with. And what about some more specific illustrations about putting kindness before niceness? Well, here are a few examples which I can give you of putting kindness before niceness. First, it is kind to help a friend out on a task when you actually have extra time, not when you're tired and worn. Second, it is kind to explain to someone you know that something has upset you, rather than keeping silent and not indicating anything at all. Third, it is kind to not let another person pressure you into taking some unwanted action, so that you will not develop the reputation of being a pushover. For a fourth example, it is kind to do things you like when you are with others, instead of engaging in activities which you dislike just to please others. Overall, it is possible to put kindness before niceness without being rude or mean, all in service of improving your relational wellness, with the positive consequence of a more abundant life for you in general. Next, going forward in the discussion of today's subject matter, I wanted to present two people for whom putting kindness before niceness has been expressed to the general public. First, I can point to June Hunt. June Hunt is an author, speaker, and founder and head of a nonprofit US-based scriptural counseling and caregiving ministry. It is called Hope for the Heart. And relating to our topic of putting kindness before niceness, June Hunt has written about setting proper personal boundaries. Quote, how to set them, how to keep them. Discover how burdens are lifted with boundaries. End quote. June has even written about, quote, biblical guidelines for setting boundaries, how to identify and reestablish broken boundaries, end quote, among other important subjects. June Hunt has offered quite practical advice to different groups of people needing help with establishing stronger, more respectful relations with others, including mothers and fathers, spouses, victims of abuse, co-workers, friends, etc. June has said, quote, boundaries are essential for nurturing healthy relationships and honoring God's design for our lives. They protect our hearts, foster respect, and create space for genuine connection. Establishing boundaries is a step toward living out God's will with grace and wisdom. End quote. And another person I wanted to present is Jeremy Wayne Tate, who I found communicates regularly on Twitter or X.com at Jeremy Tate 41. Jeremy is a husband, father of 6, and the CEO of the Classic Learning Test, a college entrance exam. Jeremy is also a trustee at CIT and a faculty fellow of Belmont Abbey College in Belmont, North Carolina. Jeremy Tate is not afraid to speak up in an intellectually kind and gentlemanly manner about how the Classic Learning Test, also known as the CLT, which he promotes, is the, quote, most rigorous, accurate, and user-friendly college entrance exam available to students today, end quote. Even though the CLT is a new and not educationally conventional test in these modern times that we live in, Jeremy remains willing to be an educational entrepreneur who behaves with real kindness, even if his behavior ruffles the feathers of others. So both of these influential persons, June Hunt and Jeremy Wayne Tate, know that putting kindness before niceness is a relational practice for better living. Now we can move our focus to the next segment of today's podcast, which is to feature a piece of music that especially reveals the need for putting kindness before niceness. The song I am putting before you here is entitled People Pleaser by Cat Burns. So I will read the song's quite topic helpful lyrics, which I pulled from the internet. Quote, I hate confrontation. It makes me uncomfortable. My brain goes hazy, racing, when I get vulnerable. Lose situation, delaying communication just makes it worse. I wish I could just say it straight away. Oh, I hate being this way. Learned it from such a young age. My needs and wants ain't important anyway. When you say something is wrong, I just want to make it better. But I've realized that you just wanted me to listen. But listen. When I see you cry, I can't stand what I feel inside. I just want to fix you. Guess I'm what they called a people pleaser. I've put my comfort behind everyone else all my life, and it's so hard to describe unless you do it too. Lose. Lose situation, delaying communication. Just makes it worse. I should have said it straight away. Oh, I hate being this way. Learned it from such a young age. My needs and wants ain't important anyway. So, as this song frankly demonstrates, a better way to improve one's relational wellness and total well being is to put true kindness before niceness. At this stage, I wish to speak about some extra possible care for you and your overall wellness by pointing to the following 3 health foods and plants for physical strengthening to better take your stand for kindness before niceness, which is our relational self-care key of the day. But please bear in mind to talk over these 3 items with your doctor before setting them as dietary aspects of your own health regimen. I feature next this trio of foods and plants as complementary to body and soul functioning. First, I can suggest red raspberry leaf. Red raspberry leaf is another plant chock full of nutrition. While herbal medicine practitioners often include it in fertility blends and teas for new mothers, active persons can make good use of this plant too. Raspberry leaf can help ensure our bodily systems make optimal use of all the nutrition available. Then I can mention licorice. Licorice is an herb that supports adrenal functioning, aids in maintaining energy levels, and even improves one's endurance. Also, there is papaya. I myself like a good dried papaya fruit snack. Christopher Columbus was known to call papaya the, quote, fruit of the angels, end quote, because of its vitamin-rich health properties as well as heavenly taste. Only please remember my counsel to review these foods and plants with your doctor to ensure they are a match to your individual health status. Overall, otherwise, it pleases me to underline red raspberry leaf, licorice, and papaya as gifts from nature for the well-being of both your body and soul. Also, about our topic of today, I did plan to share this brief item with you, a post-it note I have written to encourage you to put kindness before niceness. So I hope you will take to heart these words from a friend, actually from the book of Acts, chapter 18, verse 9. Do not be afraid any longer, but go on speaking, and do not be silent. For the next part of our podcast planned for today, I have an app to underline in service of putting kindness before niceness in your relationships with others. This app is named Real Talk Mobile App, and it was designed by Dialogue Works. Quote, the communication experts behind the popular training program Real Talk, creating real conversations for results. And Dr. John R. Stoker, the best-selling author of Overcoming Fake Talk, end quote. The content description for this app says that it is a tool, quote, for help holding difficult conversations. You will find brief tutorials. In short, real conversations get results. increase respect, and build relationships, unlike fake talk, which generates chatter and drama, but never any real change. End quote. Additionally, going beyond this Real Talk mobile app I was familiar with, you can keep in mind that there are other wellness aids to discover in our Hope for the Journey podcast resource center located on Instagram at Cause for Hope. And to close things up for today, to finish out this evening's discussion, I wished you to know how pleased I have been to record this podcast for you today on our valuable topic of putting kindness before niceness, to emphasize the significance of this relational self-care key for you. And please know that I personally wish you more hope for the journey of greater well-being.
The Hope for the Journey program airs weekday evenings from 7:45 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram and YouTube. Dr. Denise thanks you for listening to her Community Wellness podcast and wishes you to keep in mind that there is cause for hope of more well-being.